Welcome to Beautiful Designs by Donna. I'm Donna, and in this tutorial I wanted to share with you how to do eye makeup on someone who has a little bit more mature appearance to them, someone like me. I know when you get older it sucks. Gravity hits hard and things are just not as perky as they are. That includes your eyes, not just your girls or your boys. So, you need to change. You can't do your makeup like you used to do in your 20s. As a matter of fact, if you did, it'll even make you look older. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to look any older than I am, and I'm 57, so yeah, 57. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to do your eye makeup. So let's get started. I will be using neutral colors on my eyelids, and this is my palette that I'm working out of. It is a custom blended palette for myself, and I will be using three basic colors. I'm going to be applying a medium color on my lid, and then I will be using a darker color on my in the crease, and then even a darker color kind of to accent the crease. Now, with older eyes, like I was saying, things drop, and there's an imaginary line from the corner of your eye to your eyebrow, and you want to make sure you never pass it. If you do, it gives you the appearance that you're dragging your eye down. So I will be referring back to that imaginary line periodically through the tutorial, so we want to make sure we don't want to have any makeup past that. So what I'm going to do now is I am applying the base color on my lid, and I'm tapping it in. I'm placing it. You don't want to rub, because when you start rubbing you take off all the makeup, and also you have a tendency to get fallout, which means makeup ending up underneath your eyes. Well, I'm old school and I love to use these triangle sponges, and so I love them because they work like erasers, and you can remove any makeup that you don't want removed, especially in those areas where I was talking about past that imaginary line. And also you can use it as a stencil too. So I'll be showing you some of those tricks too. Now it's time to give the illusion I've got a crease, and I'm using a eyeshadow brush that's flat. So I'm going to be placing the dark shade of shadow, like that color there and that one. I actually mixing two colors because one's too light, one's too dark. And I'm doing this with my eyes open, and I'm placing it right where the crease would be. And I go as far as the outside corner of my eye. I don't pass that imaginary line again. If by chance I do end up blending too much makeup down past that imaginary line, I use that sponge to remove it. Now that I've got the crease shadow on, I'm going to start blending it. Now I'm using a blending brush. It's a fluffy brush. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do circular motions. Now this is where you do the sweeping motions. You do circular motions. And a little trick is that you want to be light. So hold the brush at the handle at the end. Don't hold it close to the bristles itself, because then it'll be too hard. It's very, very light technique touch, as you can see where I'm holding the brush. Now you want to see the color, but you don't want to see this harsh line. And when you have older eyes like I do, and you already have lines, why do you want to add more lines? So that's why you want to blend it. It just melts into the skin. Now I'm going to actually increase the crease a little bit with a little darker color, and I'm taking another shadow brush, which is smaller, a little compact, shorter, and I'm just getting right there, kind of creating like a little V. And you can see how it just punches up the color a little bit. So you just place it there, and then you blend it out with the blending brush. And you want to make sure you don't go past that line, because it will make your eyes a little droopy there. And I'm just cleaning up those areas. I noticed that it was just past that line, and I didn't like how the end of the shadow kind of was a little bit too harsh for my taste. Now I'm going to kind of highlight a little bit of the brow bone. Now when you have older eyes and puffiness, you don't want to put a lot of highlight on the brow bone because light brings things out, dark recedes. So I'm just very, very thin line right above the eyebrow, and it's kind of a cream color. And now I want to make the corners of my eyes stand a little bit because also when you get older, you start sinking in. So I want to pop that out. So I go on top of that. I'm just blending it a little bit there with that little brush. Now my eyeshadow application is complete, and the next step is my eyeliner. So I first like to tightline under my eyes, and I like to use a black gel waterproof pencil. Now what you do is you pull up, you don't pull sideways, you pull up, and you very gently use the side of your pencil and you apply it. You're like connecting the dots. If you use the tip, you have a tendency to poke your eye, and trust me, I've done it. And after I do that, I'm going to be going on with the liner. I like to use a brown pencil. And a little trick about using a eyeliner is that if you get that space between your lash line and your liner, what you do is you take the pencil and you want to use the side of the pencil again, but you're going to lift your lid up because when we all have a little extra wiggle room there, you need to get in there. So you don't pull sideways because that will distort the liner. And what you're doing is a series of connecting the dots to create that line. So you kind of make dot, 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 and then you go back over and you can make it thicker or keep it very thin. It's up to you. So as you can see, this is what I'm doing. And you want to stop for the outside corner of your eye. Again, you don't want to go past that because again, what will happen is if you did, like the young girls love to do the little flicks, it actually creates a wrinkle. And now I'm kind of smudging it because I don't like a harsh line. Now I love this Beauty Blender. It's called Beauty Blender Liner Designer. And if you have issues with with a straight line, I like to use that. And I know I've seen people use tape, but I think tape is not good around the eye because you have such delicate skin. And if you don't have that, you can also use the edge of the sponge I was talking about. But you can see how it helps keep that line, that imaginary line you have. You want to keep that line. Now time for the bottom liner. Again, I go really close, actually coloring like where the roots of the lashes, and then I go back and smudge it. And I only go about 3/4 of the way in my eyes there. I don't go all the way around because it closes it up too much. And I love these cotton swabs. They're really tightly wound on, and they don't get all those fibers like regular baby cotton swabs. So I love using that to clean up little smudges and stuff like that. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to kind of accentuate the brown, kind of make it a little more smoky. So I'm just taking a little powder very similar to the color of the pencil that I used around my eyes. And I'm using a very tiny detail eyeshadow brush. And those are the colors I kind of used. And basically I use a darker color on the upper lid and I use the lighter color on the bottom lid. There you have it. There's my eyeliner. You see how you can use your sponge? I like this lighter detail better than the sponge because the thickness of the sponge can get in the way, and it's easier to work with a flat, something that's thinner than thicker than the sponge. Now time for mascara. It doesn't matter what type of mascara you use, but I don't normally curl my lashes, but I'm just doing it for demonstration purposes. I don't really think it makes a difference for me because I'm one of the few lucky ones that my lashes naturally have a curve, so it really doesn't matter. But I'm showing it for you. See, there's not much of a difference. Now, I like to apply mascara to my bottom lashes. Some people say it's not good and stuff like that, but if you've got lashes, I've got a lot of bottom lashes, and I've got a lot, they're long too, and that's why I like to apply it. Now, I like to apply my bottom lashes first, then my top. And the reason is that if I do my top first and then I do my bottom, when I'm doing my bottom, I look up and then I'll get the mascara all over my eyeshadow. So for me, I like to use the bottom. Now that little brush I'm using, it's actually from another mascara, and I love the little tiny detail. And I go back over and just kind of clean up any globs of mascara that's on my lashes, and I kind of break it up. Because no matter what mascara, you always get those chunks of mascara that hangs in the end, and it just bothers me. So what I do is I get in close into the base of the lashes, and I kind of wiggle sideways. And then as I'm done that, and then I kind of blink. So basically my lashes, not my lashes, but my lids are moving. As you can see, I'm kind of blinking it. And you see I'm blink, and then I move, and then I go back and kind of clean it up with that fine little detail wand. I haven't found one at all without the mascara attached to it, so one of these days I will. And then I go back and do a second coat, but just on the outside corners of my eyes. I'm not showing you how to add eyelashes because I don't wear them, because I am sensitive to the glues. I hope you found this tutorial informative and you give me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions or comments about what you watched, feel free to leave them in the comment box. I'd be happy to answer them. And if you want a little one-on-one interaction, guess what? You can. I'm now offering virtual makeup lessons in the comfort of your own home. I'll be offering several different classes for which to choose. They will be fun, and each class will be designed for you. No two classes are the same because no two people are. So I will leave that information about the classes in the description box. One more thing. Please subscribe, because I don't want you to miss out any videos like this one. I'm going to be covering all sorts of different subjects that interest me, and I hope they interest you. Like, of course, makeup, skincare, bead weaving, and DIY projects for the home and garden. Again, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.